G'day guys, welcome to another video here, my outdoor shed area thing. Now if you watch, not yesterday's vlog, the vlog before, I found a spot for the transmission jack, so I'm really happy about that. Fits in there snug as a bug. Now, cosmetics wise, obviously there's some fiberglass that needs to be done. I got a buddy that's gonna come and help me with that. He was gonna be coming tomorrow, but he's been called back into work, so hopefully we'll get onto that fiberglass stuff soon. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get this thing up onto my hoist and see if I can sort of suss out the power steering setup. It's kind of still heavy. I know the front tires aren't pumped up all the way, which might be part of it, but I still just want to get it up anyway, check the rack, make sure nothing's bent, everything's where it's meant to be if I don't have any crimped lines, etc. Also need to pull the 8.6 down because the gearbox boot has came, and then I've been sent a template for my surround that I'm going to be getting made 3D printed by the guys at Fat Lip. So first things first, get Adam's 180 fired up, get this thing onto the hoist, and then get that thing down. I want to play with that first because that'll make me feel good, and then I'm going to do some stuff on this thing because I'm kind of angry at it at the moment. It's been a bit of a pain to work on, to be honest. I'm just hoping that I can get this power steering sorted out, because if I do, I'm going to be basically zip tying up that quarter panel a bit better and taking this thing to the truck tomorrow. So yeah, if we can get it working, oil change, hopefully power steering, if I can get the power steering working, get a few more nuts and screws and stuff onto this body kit so it doesn't come flying off, and get it out to the truck for some testing. Obviously, for these of you that don't know, this car runs all GK Tech knuckles and everything. Yes, this is dirty. Remember, we did a Drift Week Australia with this car prior to this, so never really got properly cleaned under here after the event. But obviously BC coilovers, Adam spec'd those out and sent them over. Full GK Tech lock kit, heaps of lock, massive clearance. I believe we went full GK Tech rear as well. Yeah, so full GK Tech rear knuckle, dual caliper setup, rear arms, upper arms, the whole kit and caboodle. Then she's just got a 6-bolt, which I'm surprised lasted, to be honest, but it worked well. It worked very well. Exhaust is a little bit bent somewhere up here. I think it's just cooked here, so I'm gonna have to either get a new muffler, straighten this one, whatever we end up doing there, to fit another rear bumper. Big come up as well, guys. I found my jack handle. I didn't want to, yeah, I guess I'll admit, it was in my other little shed leaning up against the wall, and I just literally didn't see it. So yeah, I think everything else on this car looks pretty good, other than the exhaust. Underneath, reasonably clean. Looks like possibly rear main seal or gearbox, actually, by the smells of that. Out of a small gearbox leak. Kind of looks like it's coming from the shifter area and dripping down. Gearbox mount, it's all good. I think we put engine mounts in this thing. Yeah, I think it's got poly engine mounts. These brackets under here aren't my favorite, but they also work quite well, so not overly stressed there. There's mounts at the top. You know, this is kind of ugly. Might have to look into addressing this situation. What else? And it's the power steering, just seeing if we can get this power steering setup to use. I don't know if you can see it through there. It's a Tarks, basically power steering relocation, which relocates it down to this like lower point. There's nothing that moving the pump is gonna affect from a sense of, you know what I mean? Like that pump being down lower is not gonna make it not work. So I think we still have other dramas. We'll see if we can bleed it right up while the car's not running, because if you don't already know, guys, you obviously meant to, not obviously, it's not a very obvious thing, but when you bleed your power steering, it's better to do it with the car turned off. I learned that actually not that long ago. So yeah, bleed it up with the car turned off to get all the air out properly. Otherwise, if you do it when it's running, it'll aerate and make everything harder. But I'm gonna leave this for a sec and get onto the couple new things I got for the A86. And drop this thing down. And I'm gonna clean this area up first, because there's a lot of crap from doing Adam's car laying around. And then we'll get this 86 down and get this gearbox boot on, because that's just one of those things that is gratifying and doesn't take long. Okay, so another new addition to my workshop area, I've actually added this fence here, dog fence, to stop dogs from venturing into this area and crapping or peeing on any of my cars, which they do have a tendency to do. I don't know, especially the boy Chihuahua has a tendency to pee on wheels, even though he is desexed. Anyway, got this for the 86 gearbox boot, and I need to go and get this other piece as well and cut it out for the reference for my gear boot thing. Gonna have to start pulling this apart, but yes, the other cool thing about having this fence in place means I can leave my gates open, and it lets a lot more wind come through here and keeps it cooler, so I'm very happy about that. Okay, got distracted because the kids come home, but I'm using my gearbox thing for the first time. Works perfectly. This sits on there like really nicely. Can drain my oil without stressing out anymore. I love that. Scarlett, you're gonna do some arts and craft and cut this out for me? Oh, where are your scissors? Okay. I'll find you some scissors and we can do some arts and craft. I'm gonna get Scarlett to cut this out for me. Then I have to put this template inside the 86 to see if it's the right size. If it is, the guys from Fat Lace are gonna 3D print it out and send one up. I'm excited. All right, you're gonna cut that out for me? Got your scissors? Arts and craft. It's always good when you can get the kids involved. All right, the oil in Adam's car looks good. Just a lot of E85 in it, which is very normal for an E85 car. No dramas there. Obviously, I'm putting some Castrol in it. Again, if anyone knows anyone from Castrol Australia, Castrol Worldwide, please hit me up. I love the stuff, honestly. Wish they'd do me a deal. It's very expensive, that oil. It's like $110 or $120 a bottle. And yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get the oil changed on this. As soon as Scarlett's cut that thing out, we're gonna put it inside this car and see if that all matches up. And then maybe see how Nick is going with the True 70Z, because I know that's coming along. He sent me some pictures. It actually looks sick, so I want to get down there and have a look at that. Dude, what's going on? Huh?
I need to empty my bag because we're gonna make a stick fort for the cat.
A stick fort?
I need to put all the sticks in my bag.
For what?
For a stick fort for the cat.
What cat?
The cat that we saw yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right, so I didn't film it, but I've got the boot on, which I'm very happy with. You can see that little bride boot there. I've tested my template for my shifter setup. I just need it you have to make a very, very slight change on it, which is the length of it, just so it covers the same amount of area as the carbon fiber. And other than that, like once this is on, obviously, like visualize, you have to be fairly visual with it, but it'll be, I think it's going to be super rad. I'm pretty freaking pumped on that, and I can't say thanks enough to the guys from Fat Lip. Honestly, guys, if you need anything 3D printed, it's a bit of a genius when it comes to that stuff, so definitely hit him up if you need anything 3D printed. We're talking about doing some other things as well, so very much looking forward to doing more work with him in the future. But yeah, I'm happy with the 8.6. I still need to sort out the whole crush washer thing. If anybody knows anywhere where they would have crush washers to suit the Tarago diff, I think it's the TA22 Tarago, so it's an F-Series diff. If anyone knows where I can get the crush washer from, or if it's similar to anything else, I cannot seem to find like F-Series crush washer. So if anyone does know of anything for the diffs in these things, please let me know, because I really feel like that's the reason my diff's so whiny. And the other thing is, I do want to try out I have another diff center for this car, and I need to count out the ratio on it versus the ratio in this. But I may swap ratios over. There may be a better ratio in this car. Won't be as much of a difference now that I've got a really good shifter in the car, but yeah, a diff ratio swap could be on the cards for this thing. Maybe a smidge longer ratio, to be honest, would actually be really good in this car. Make it a little bit better on the highway, but more than anything, just make second that smidge a bit longer. With the amount of revs I can rev this thing, it'll make Archie like a meaty second in this car, rather than second and third. Or yeah, I don't really want to go any shorter, because then I'm going to be on the highway doing 4,000 RPM at 100 kilometers an hour. So yeah, happy with that. Love this 8.6. And guys, if you haven't already, remember about the PowerTune digital dash giveaway. Every $50 you spend in store gets you in the running to win it. It also gets you in the running to win it. It also remember, guys, about the PowerTune Digital Dash giveaway. Remember, every $50 you spend in at lukefink.com, and then every Fink & Co. USA trip sticker that you buy is extra spots into the draw to win that. We're going to be drawing that at the end of this month, just before I leave to the States, and we're also going to be closing the store when I leave for America as well. So definitely don't sleep, get on it. For those reference, this is PowerTune Digital Dash. I run this in my 886. You can literally swipe through different ones. You can fully customize all of this. I don't know, there's all things that I don't even know what they do all in here, like RPM. You can set shift lights. Yeah, I don't even know. Startup. I think I've got like a pretty cool startup on there. You can connect it to your phone to do other stuff. I don't know, it's got all these extra things in it. So my water temp, I've got an alarm set for my water temp. I don't know, you can do gear calculation. It has like GPS and accelerator. I don't know, it does absolutely everything. All the different dashes, obviously. I wonder if I can main dash. What can I do here? Ooh, so I can actually set like GPS. So as I do that, either way, this thing's super rad, guys. Get yourself PowerTune Digital Dash. They're totally worth it. If you don't have one yet, jump into the draw, lukefink.com, and check it out. Now let's go play with the 180 a little bit more before we go check out 370. Actually, while I'm here talking about the PowerTune Digital Dash, before I go, this is my favorite dash. So yeah, that's my favorite layout. Yeah. Alright guys, it's a bit later in the day now. Nick's turned up with some tools so I can get started on some of the power steering issues on the 180SX. But you notice, still have the MG, because Ford are replacing the seat bottom on the Raptor. And yeah, I kind of didn't expect the car to be staying there for the night. And I left my normal glasses in the Raptor. So I've got sunglasses for all of tonight, so that's going to be great. we'll go into here and see if we can, basically what I want to do, the reason I got Nick to bring some tools around is the oil is full of bits of metal. So I feel like that could be part of my issue with the power steering in Adam's car. So I can drain that out and see how we go. So we're draining out all of the power steering fluid out of this car. It's really metallic, so I don't know if all the metal in the system is going to have killed the pump that's in it already, because it's working, but it just doesn't feel good. So I don't know. I need to do what I did on my 350, and I haven't done it on my 370 yet, but on my 350 I was killing a lot of pumps, and what I did to stop it from killing pumps is I started running an inline filter, and my buddy Mitch was the one that put me onto that. And the inline filter, after I did that, I did no more, I never blew up a pump again in that car. So I might need to get the part number for that again and get the inline filter into this, which will hopefully then start catching the metal and not kill pumps, because I think that might be it. Hopefully this pump I've got in, it's okay. If not, I'll try and get it rebuilt or something, and then just have one that's just mint in there, and hopefully all will be good then. All right guys, so we've got an update on the 350Z. Nick started playing around with front bumper ideas. It's got, I'll just grab it, it's up the back of the car, but it's gonna do something like so. Said he might reshape a bit of this with an idea I just had now, but the rear is almost complete, Nick?
Yeah, just add some more pieces, a bit more support for the on the chassis and stuff, and
we need more light. So rear bar is now almost complete. We're just going to add some strengthening plate to the corner here, and then run. Are you going to run it from this?
Yeah.
So run from this bit up to here just to hold the basically hold the support, which holds the obviously the back bumper. So I think it's gonna look super rad. Pretty pumped on it. Very thankful. Yeah, finished-ish product, almost finished. But super pumped on it. The cradles are going to come out of this thing soon. Shockworks are sending up those rear coilovers. I gave them the hurry up. And then, yeah, front bar as well. This is just the tester. Like I said, we may reshape it a little bit to fit the bumper better. But other than that, thank you, sir. Oh, new thing we've done, which I'll show you guys in tomorrow's video, is we've gone ahead and, well, not we, Nick has gone ahead and made a bit of a baffle plate for the JZX90, which we're gonna go fit in tomorrow's video. But trying to stop the oil slosh issue, couldn't find any of the off-the-shelf items, so we've gone ahead and made one. When I say we, Nick gets crazy motivation and said we'll make one. Then I remembered that obviously I have the spare engine there, which has a spare sump, and I was able to give it to him last night, and in typical Nick fashion, he went and absolutely smashed it out straight away. So we're gonna take this, try it out. Russ is hopeful with the design. He said they were hitting some oil cuts still with a similar design to this, but I don't know, I think maybe we need to relax the oil cuts a bit. I don't know, if anyone knows more about JZs, how much can they go down to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I understand cuts and I love cuts from a point of view of they save the motor, but like when the car's just cutting all the time because of excessive amounts of cuts, I get mad, and I'm just like, at points would rather blow up an engine. I had that issue with my Turbo LS car where it had a crazy amount of cuts in it for everything, and it was just cutting, going, and then I eventually had the car cut and then come back on full noise and blow apart the rear end. So, you know, cuts are good and bad at the same time, I guess. I don't know. Well, I don't know why I feel like a blown motor is better than a cut, but sometimes it's just frustrating if a car's just cutting all the time. And right now, the 90 is cutting even under full throttle, but I need to check my oil levels. We'll do that in tomorrow's vlog. Thanks heaps for watching, guys. Keep subscribe and everything. We're gonna have this thing back out in the near future. And in tomorrow's vlog, not only are we gonna get the sump done on the JZX90, but we're gonna take it drifting and see if she holds up with the whole oil slosh issue. And we've got a bunch of people coming up from New South Wales to Archie Drift Park, so we're gonna have some fun with them. Hopefully some JZX90 on JZX90 tandem drifting. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.